Welcome to this 5-step tool to help you redirect your brain's focus away from the negative thought spirals that we can fixate on and direct it towards feeling better. So the first step in this 5-step tool is to catch yourself. So catching yourself at the start is really great, but even if you're in the middle of a negative spiral, then go ahead and witness that. Just notice that you are starting to think those thoughts and feel those feelings of negativity, and just catch yourself doing it. And then step 2 is to interrupt those thoughts. So I like to do it by pretending that I'm a director of a film and the actors have said the wrong lines, or they're playing out the wrong scene. And so I'll call out, cut! And then this leads really nicely onto the mindful acceptance tapping of part 3. So going on the karate points, which is this fleshy bit of the hand, just tapping with the 4 fingers of the other hand and switching it between hands as you please. And we're going to say the following statements that send a calming message to the worried little amygdala in our brains that we are okay, that everything's fine, we are safe, it's all right. So repeat after me. Even though I have these symptoms, I love and accept myself as I am. Even though this feels so overwhelming, I choose to relax and feel safe now. Even though I'm holding so much stress in my body, I know it's safe to let it go now. And then we're going to move on to the eyebrow point. So you can tap on both sides or you can tap on one, it's up to you. And say, it's safe to let go of my anxiety. And then we'll move on to the side of the eyes and the bone there. It's okay that these feelings rise up in me. And it's now safe to let them go. And then moving on to the underneath the eyes there. Even though I'm feeling pain and discomfort in my body, I know that I am safe. And then underneath the nose here, I accept my discomfort and my emotions. Moving on to the chin, I acknowledge all my stress. And then on to the collarbones, I begin to feel safe in my body. And then underneath the underarm, about a handspan down, the more I relax, the more my body heals. And then on the other side, same place. The more I relax, the more my mind heals. And then we'll go ahead and anchor this message by tapping on the top of our head, letting go now. Okay, and we'll do another round and we'll focus in on our uncertainties and our worries, because these are things that come up for everyone in life, especially when you have a condition or many stresses. So we'll go ahead and say, I acknowledge the uncertainty in my life. Even though I feel uncertain, I know that I am safe. Even though I'm full of worries, I choose to relax and feel safe now. We'll move on to our eyebrow points. I acknowledge that as humans we all worry sometimes, and I know I have support. Moving on to the side of the eyes, I acknowledge that uncertainty can be the birthplace of joy. and then underneath the eyes. But I still accept the discomfort that comes with my uncertainty. Underneath the nose, I acknowledge that my uncertainty can be a lot for my mind and body to process. And then moving on to the chin, I allow myself to feel my emotions fully. And then we'll move on to our collarbones. I give myself permission to stop resisting. And then we'll move to underneath the underarm here. Even though I feel so uncertain, I love and accept myself as I am. And we'll move on to the other side. I allow my body to process and release all of my worries and uncertainties. And then tapping on the top of our head will anchor this message, letting go now. And we'll just do one more round. I acknowledge my overwhelm. I acknowledge that my stress is a lot for my mind and body to process. Move on to our eyebrow points. I accept that anxiety is part of the human experience, and I have tools to cope. Onto the side of the eyes. I allow my body and mind to feel these emotions fully. Moving on to the underneath the eyes. I acknowledge that I'm grieving many losses. And then moving on to underneath the nose. I accept that grieving is hard and painful in my mind and body. And then onto the chin point. I accept the ways in which my body is showing my emotions. Onto the collarbones. I give myself permission to stop resisting. Onto the underarm. I allow my body to process and release my emotions. Onto the other side. The more I relax, the more my body heals. And then we'll go ahead and for the final time, we'll anchor this message, letting go now. And you might like to take a deep breath in now through the nose. And then exhale with a sigh. And step 4 of this 5-step tool is called Visualize. And what we're doing here is we're redirecting the brain's focus. Now that we've calmed down the amygdala, we want to steer the brain towards feeling better. And one way we can do that is through the tool of visualization. And this is a fantastic tool because our brain actually struggles to tell the difference between imagination and reality. And so what that means for us, if we use it to our advantage, is that we can create happy feel-good chemicals in our brain just through imagining good scenarios. In the reverse, you can also create stress chemicals in your brain by living negative scenarios and catastrophizing and living in that world of negativity. So what we're going to do is spend some time really focusing in on our power of imagination. So go ahead and close your eyes down. Just make sure that you're in a comfortable position. And I want you to take yourself to either a memory or a visualization of you in the future doing something that you absolutely love to do, something that puts you in your element. And it is going to be different for each of you. It could be playing a sport, or maybe being creative, perhaps you're socializing or on holiday. Whatever it is, I want you to go there now in your mind and bring it to life as much as you can, tuning into all of your senses, taking notice of what you can see, taking notice of what you can hear, whether there's a breeze, whether there's a smell on the breeze, whether you can taste anything. And I want you to feel into it. So notice how your body feels when you're doing this thing that brings you joy, this thing that energizes you or calms you. How does your body feel? Is there excitement, maybe butterflies in your stomach, or maybe there's a sense of calm that washes over? Maybe you are completely relaxed. Maybe you're dancing. Maybe there's music. Or perhaps you're outside and there's bird noises. Wherever you are in your imagination, just bring it to life now. Notice if your mind is alert and clear. Notice how your muscles feel. Do they feel energized? Do you feel strong? Are you bursting with energy, vitality? If you haven't already, I want you to go ahead and put a big smile on your face. Really generate all of those happy hormones in your brain. All those happy feel-good chemicals connecting. And take a deep breath in here through the nose. And exhale, making that exhale twice as long or even 3 times as long as that inhale. And just really sit with this beautiful feeling as you feel better, you feel well, as you feel happy. And now the final step is called intention. So step 5 is about bringing this feeling into our present day. So we can say this as we hold on to this beautiful feeling, this energized, lovely feeling of you in your element. And we're going to say a statement that brings it into our present moment. So something like, I am on the healing path. And now if you're perhaps feeling a little less positive, you might want to choose something more neutral, because you don't want to cause a resistance in your brain being able to believe it. So perhaps something more along the lines of, I have the ability to calm my worried mind, because that's what we've just done together now. So go ahead and state your positive intention or affirmation, or perhaps it's a mantra that you'd like to use throughout your day. Whatever you want to call it, go ahead and state that now. And then when you're ready, just take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, you can reintroduce a little bit of movement into your body, reawaking your body to the present moment. Maybe you like to blink open your eyes when you're feeling ready. Maybe you like to stretch your arms up overhead, looking up towards the sky. Perhaps you want to tuck your chin in. Maybe you want to look over each shoulder. Just stretch out your neck. Perhaps some shoulder rolls are called for here. Whatever you want to do with your body that lets it know that you are ready to go about the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you have a lovely present moment. Thank you.